How we doing, guys? Get started in about a minute or so. How's the cold? It's fucking cold, buddy. See, I'm wearing the thermal shirt now. No more wife beaters. I'm actually up in Connecticut now. We got a little Airbnb up here. We stayed first week in Long Island, in New York, and now I'm up in Connecticut. Be spending the holidays with my son. Hasn't been cold in New York last 2 days. No, I'm not too bad. First couple of days that I got in, pretty ugly. Plus, once you're used to the 80-degree weather in Florida every day, start feeling it. Anyway, we got some guys here. We'll touch on yesterday's ugly fucking NFL real close. I just don't want to touch on it and get past it. Your blood thins. Yeah, it does, Biz. So yesterday, not a good day in the football. You guys have been with me for a long time. You guys know when the favorites go 11-2 and overs go 9-3-1 on the day, we ain't gonna have a good day. And that's pretty much what happened yesterday. Some bad breaks. Don't cry about it. We lost. It's a losing day. Cincy plus 2.5. That game closed at 1. All the money came in. All the late shot money came pouring in on Cincy. Just a tough loss. You take the lead and overtime, lose it anyway. Again, not going to cry about each game. It happens. Tough day. Get past it. Unfortunately, we come to today, and we come to. I've been loving the Rams. We told you guys since early last week. Rams plus 2.5. Big revenge spot. Cardinals went into LA, beat them up pretty good earlier this year. Prior to that, the Rams had won 8 straight meetings, 7-0-1 against the spread. And after the Rams had a big week the last week, Murray and Hopkins first came back. They beat the Bears last week. This was just a spot, I thought, for the Rams. I waited for this game, We took 2.5 finally this morning because I was afraid that this number would go down. And then just this afternoon, they're announcing Higbee, the tight end, Ramsey, one of your better cover guys, and a couple other guys hit with COVID, so we lost them. So I sent out the message to the VIPs. If you haven't bet it yet, don't bet it. I already bet it. I already took plus 2.5. I'm stuck in with the game. Still think the Rams can win. They still got to play the game. But, you're 2 big pieces. I mean, Ramsey's going to cover Hopkins. Higbee's a tight end. I mean, he opens up that whole middle. 2 really big pieces. Would not have taken it, obviously. Line would have been higher had I known that. But in the meantime, that's who I got. That's who I'm sticking with. If you hadn't bet it, if you want to take 3 is a different thing. But it's not one of my best bets right now after we missing our few players. Just going to get my man Ben in. Nope, he didn't come in on that one. Where'd he go? And there he is. As soon as we get Ben in here, you guys that have been following Ben over at Better Media saw he ripped it up all week, 8-1 in the college basketball. I guess he didn't want to let how to beat the bookie members know about it. He didn't want to post it on here, but so you got to follow Ben over at his spot to get those colleges. And so I don't hear any crying from my guys. It was a rough week with the NFL, but I gave you a 6-3 week with the NBA. 3 of the games I gave you I love, so you should have profited for the week. So I don't want to hear you're the worst in the NFL. I can't help it. And tonight's going to be rough. Again, I can't help if guys get COVID. These are things that are beyond my capacity. But I guess take a bow, Ben, for 8-1. Tell them if you got anything tonight.
Yeah, guys, 8-1 week last week in college basketball. Sorry if you guys didn't get the ones that weren't on the lives, but hope you guys will be able to get these next 2. So we have 2 more tonight. Cal Poly under 131.5. Cal Poly's last 4 games had an average total of 117.7. The under is 4-0 their last 4 games. Under is 4-0 their last 4 road games as well. And they're 315th in pace and 320th in field goal percentage, shooting 40% a game. In this game, they are going up against Portland. Portland's actually been a pretty good team this year. But Portland, when they've been playing lesser opponents, they've been lesser scoring games. They haven't been running up the score. It's been a lot slower paced style of play. And I love that, especially going up against this Cal Poly team who already plays very, very slow basketball. And then the other one is Boston College -16. This one, they come in, they're 6-0 straight up at home this season, 4-2 against the spread in their 6 home games. They're going up against Albany. Albany is bottom in college basketball on pretty much every statistic you want to look at. They're 343rd in field goal percentage, shooting 37.5% as a team. Their average point differential in games this year, they lost by an average of 12.5 points in all their games. They are 1-4 against the spread their last 5 road games, 0-4 against the spread their last 4 overall. Boston College has had a loss in their last meeting, and I think that this is a massive bounce back spot for Boston College. So I'm looking forward to that game. I think they win this game 20+, so I like Boston College -16. Then we have that under 131.5 with Cal Poly.
Just going to go through some of the statements and questions. So what Cam says, let's go, I need a good Christmas. I mean, go, buddy, come on. We're going to try to get you there. You guys had a good Thanksgiving when we had that good basketball run. Has it been COVID? We answered that one already. What else we got here? I do see my girl Simply Domo, who's actually been following Ben, is saying hello to me. Thank you. I hope Ben ain't stealing you away from me. You love Miami Heat tonight. Big revenge spot, but just hard to love Miami. Still without Butler and Adebayo. We'll hit all the games, guys. What else we got in here? See a lot of threes out there. Vindog, it's all threes. I mean, with those injuries, you just took. I mean, just picture you take it away. You top cornerback, top corner, cover corner, and Higbee, top tight end, one of your top tight ends. Not top tight end in the league, but great pass catcher for them. Big spot. You're taking 2 guys away. Game had to go to 3. It was a 2.5. Like I said, waited all the way till this morning. Just didn't want to lose a number. If that game was not going to go to 3 unless there was injuries, could only have gone down. That's why I hit it this morning. Sure enough, on my drive up here, we get hit with the COVID. And we just really got a bad break last couple of weeks. Seems like all the COVID is getting hit with us, starting back with LeBron a couple of weeks ago. But, hey, that's part of the game when you're out jumping, beating a number. I got a little Ben Goat there from Rico Locks. Ben getting a little love. That's good.
Hey, thanks, Rico. Appreciate it, man.
What do we get here? I'd like to get some good questions here. I like the under. Well, we just lost a big cover guy with Ramsey, so Cardinals -3 or Rams -3. I guess that's or Rams +3. Again, told you from last week, guys. My number. I was going on the revenge here, the home revenge. Like I said, prior to that loss, when Cardinals came into LA and won, Rams had won 8 straight, 7-0-1 against the spread. Busy New York Pacers tonight. That's one of my games, my man. We'll give you that out. I don't know if you're a member or you're just like that yourself. Hawks -10. Eddie G. You're the all the sharp money is all over the Rockets. That game opened 11.5 and it is down to 10. That's why it's down so low. All the sharp money is on the short. Riding with you, John. Ride with me, baby. We're gonna get there. What was college? Give me college one more time, Ben.
College, the 2-game, guys, is the under 131.5 with Cal Poly, and then Boston College -16. Those are the 2 college plays. So if you missed the little,
I'm sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you missed a little synopsis on it, we're going to be live at 7 o'clock. I'll break down a couple more of the college games on the slate then, and then also the football game tonight and the NBA slate.
All right. _ Zane Hack, I guess. So cancel the Rams bet. I'm not canceling my bet. I'm not going to. I would have to go lay money line because it's already at 3. So I'm sticking with the 2.5. Still could win the game. Just don't have the edge that I would have had, that I felt I had when I'm making the bet. Guys, remember, I'm only betting when I have an edge, not betting to watch the game for entertainment. I'm in a cottage in Connecticut with my girlfriend. I can have a lot of fun, doing something else than watching the game. You know what I mean? So I'm betting the game to make money. I don't have the edge anymore. How come you didn't like Baltimore yesterday when the number disparity was there? Straight off the streets. Okay. So I actually got this question from somebody else in my DM. And these are questions, guys. I mean, he gave it me in a DM, and I gave an answer. But I'll put it on the page. And here was my answer to him. In that particular game, and I've told you guys a lot of times, my ratings are just the base. So you had Cleveland was coming off a bye week. They played the Ravens 2 weeks ago, so they had a bye. So they basically were playing the Ravens back-to-back with 2 weeks to prepare for them. The Ravens were on the road for the second week in a row. And if my man's out there, I think it was Miguel, whoever it was that DM'd me, if you can. Actually, I might have maybe I could photo clip it and throw it up. I told him, these are the reasons, while I don't make the game, I wanted to bet the Browns from the revenge, but that line flew right to past where I wanted to lay the game. When it got to 3, like I said, I gave him the reasons why I'm not jumping all over it, but my lean was to the Ravens because they went too far when they went to the 3. Anyway, again, my numbers are the base. Then it's the situation. And again, the situation in that spot leaned to the Browns because they had to bye. Ravens were on the road second week in a row. Like I said, here's the Browns basically playing Ravens 2 weeks in a row, but 2 games in a row with 2 weeks off to prepare. So that's the explanation there. Who else we get here?
They're all saying hungover, right?
And DM4, he's writing with you too. Go ahead. What's that, Ben?
Oh no, they're just joking around that I'm looking hungover right now. It was a late night, but I wasn't drinking, guys. But
they got the heat percolating in here, and I'm dying now.
Here comes the here.
Oh, we got Cal Poly. I guess somebody's restating your games. BC my 16. John getting it in. We're all going to get it in. We're going to start another Warriors tonight. Wrong, Roberto. Wrong. Thanks for picks and breakdowns. John can't wait for baseball season. I kill him in baseball season too. You know, we'll be taking a lot of dogs, big value, or you can go to J.A. Cavalier and give you all the 200 and 220 favorites that you want. The rest of those fake fucks out there. Hey, look, that's the other thing. I don't even want to get started with that shit. What did you think of the Packers and Bears, and why did everybody was on Bears plus 10.5? I don't know, because Rodgers fucking owns the Bears, so I don't know why everybody was on. I couldn't lay it, but there was no way in the world that game. Okay, I made the game 12 real quick for you guys that are on the website. I've got Green Bay rated 30. Going into yesterday, I had them rated 30.0 at home. I've actually got them rated higher now. With the Rodgers even look better. Bears were rated, I guess, 19.2, but Green Bay had the bye. They beat them earlier in the year, but there was no revenge. There was no home revenge for me there because they just absolutely own them. So why they were on that? I was on the under because that we'll throw you some stats. That game over. Look, 3-0 first quarter. I'm like, I got one. Man, that fucking it looked like that was the greatest show on turf. Rams playing. It was just crazy. So why I went in that game, these were the stats I was looking at. Packers, like we've said, Packers own the matchup. They're 10-1 straight up. The Bears are 30th in scoring. Bears are 1-6 against the spread their last 7. Under is 4-1 Bears last 5 road games. 8-3 last 11 overall. Under is 7-2 Packers last 9 games. Guys, both teams over the last, I don't know how many games their games were averaging in the 30s, in the mid-30s. I mean, the game just had under written all over. To me, it was one of those night game, cold-ass games. Chicago, Green Bay, bang it out, 21-14 type game, but didn't happen. So that's what was at. Ben looks I guess that way. Ben still hung up. Why they ripping on you, Ben?
Yeah, I saw that.
Always get valid reasons, guys. This ain't throwing darts at a dartboard. We actually do the fucking work here. Guns out. Yeah, you're out. These are funny. John, Stu is ready for you. Okay. Stu's got to bring some friends with baseball bats. Your goat, that's my boy Ant.
That still might not be enough.
No, definitely not. Big John, your play change at all with the COVID news? Absolutely. Jason is one of my guys. I don't know if you're late on it, but absolutely. I'm not getting off the game, though, guys. I'm stuck with the 2.5. I'm not going to go lay the money line. I mean, for you guys that can. You want to lay the money line? If you were on the game, way to get off, give up a little juice. I'm sitting with it. Again, would I make this bet at plus 2.5 with this news? No. That's why the VIP and on the website, I shot out a message. If you did not make this bet yet, don't make it. Thoughts on Sixers and Grizzlies? We're going to get there. Warriors not minus 220. I don't know what that means. I guess he's talking about, and they're definitely not minus 220. They're a short favorite. That's because we bet the other side in the morning and the fucking line came down. One of the worst weeks for the books. One of the absolute worst weeks. Look, this is what we used to call in the business a sucker's paradise. So he had 11-2 favorites, 9-3 and 1 overs. We used to call it the stamp. Get the stamp out, like on your Monday, Thursday, so favorite and under, favorite and over, favorite and over, favorite. That's all we used to write back in the day. So when favorites and over come in, the books get killed, and they got fucking walloped. And I'm usually not on the side with the suckers, so I took my fucking wallop also. Let's get this money tonight, fellas. Well, we're going to try. So that's I answered most of your comments, guys, and we love the comments. Appreciate it. We touched on the football game, and Ben gave you his play. So real quick, we'll take a look at the basketball. Well, the game with the Bengals had 49ers. Yeah, that was a sickening game. And I was already bet it before you took the Bengals crazy winners. All right. So anyway, we got heated Cavs. Cavs went down to Miami and crushed them by 26. Prior to that, they were 8-1, 1-8 against the Heat, 2-7 against the spread. But again, just my number on this game is 6. The Heat does have the home run. I mean, Cleveland's been playing great, guys, right now. I mean, they're just they're. So I'm not going to buck the trend again. With still 2 of their guys out, so I got the game 6. That's what it is. I'm not making a play there. I don't know what Ben's got.
Yeah, if I had to touch the game, I'm taking the Heat there. I mean, as hot as the Cavs have been, it's just everyone's starting to hop on the trend, and Heat do own the matchup, a little bit of a revenge spot, but there's no way in hell I'm betting against a team who is as hot against the spread as the Cavs are. I mean, 11 in a row against the spread is just ridiculous. Yep.
Golden State, Indy. This is the one side that I bet tonight. And in this game, you got this is just straight ratings. So my ratings here, I've got Golden State rated 38.5 on the road. I've got Pacers rated 36.7 at home. So it's just a ratings play here. Golden State's on the road. It's their second game in a row on the road. Indiana's been home now. Their last 3 games. If you guys remember last week, as soon as Ben told you, Indiana Pacers were looking to blow up the team, and they started playing great. So they've won 3 in a row. They've covered all 3. The Warriors, since their loss in Phoenix, in their last 6 games, they're just 3-3. Curry just had his second terrible shooting night in that span at Philadelphia. 6 for 20, something like that, maybe 3 for 14 from 3-point range. So, yeah, I know he's going to want to blow it up tonight. But that game, this was a phony in the morning. They opened it up at 3.5, pushed it up to 4.5. No way could I see. My numbers are never, ever that far off. I read it as a phony. We took plus 4.5. That game actually went down as low as 3. And it's now between 3.5 and 4. Depends what your book's got. A few 4s actually just started popping up now. There's no injuries on the game. The only possible is Holiday, who's been out with COVID. He might be getting back. But other than that, that's about it on that game. The 2 teams won on each other's home courts last year. And again, guys, for me, it was all Pacers plus 4.5.
With this game, guys, I mean, there's a bunch of news right now covering, the whole Steph Curry thing, trying to get the 3-point all-time record past Ray Allen. I think he's 7 threes away right now. There was a bunch of attention on it against Philly, and there's still a bunch of attention on it heading into tonight's game. I think it's a big distraction thing. Indiana's been playing great basketball since they decided to blow up the team. They're 1 3 straight, like John just said, and I think they have a good chance to get the upset tonight. I think Golden State has a bunch of other things distracting them right now, and they play tomorrow against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden, and that's another game to look ahead to. So I like Indiana. I like the way they've been playing at home, so I like the read.
Just going to throw another. Mermaid 2.0 says cards and over a no-brainer shootout. Guys, nothing's a no-brainer. I thought we were going to see a defensive battle with the Bears and Packers yesterday, and that turned out to be a shootout. Sometimes it's what you think's going to happen, just doesn't happen. That was one of the games. But, again, no locks. Sacramento at Toronto. In this one, you get Toronto went and buried Sacramento by 19 in Sacramento a couple of weeks ago. But because they've won 8 of the last 9 meetings, 6-1 against the spread, I'm not leaning on the home revenge as much. Holmes is still out for the Kings. My number on this game is 3. It's sitting at 4.5. So my lean would be Toronto or anybody. I'm just staying off the game because of the possible revenge, but just not a spot that I want to jump into.
Yeah, I like the way the Raptors have been playing basketball a little bit lately, and the Kings, pretty wild card team. But there is a little bit of a revenge angle there. But like you said, Toronto owns the matchup, 6-2-1 against the spread. There's some over trends in this game. The over is 4-1 Kings last 5 road games, 4-1 last 5 meetings. But Toronto has the under trends. The under is 5-1 the last 6 overall. So I don't have a play on this game. Don't have a lean one way or the other. If I had to make a pick, it would be Toronto, but don't love them at that price.
Okay, we get Rockets at Hawks. I touched on it a little bit before. Like I said, this game opened 11.5. It's down to 10 right now. Houston, as you guys know, they had lost 15 in a row. Then they ripped off 7 wins in a row, playing much better basketball. Hawks, they were unbeatable at home, and all of a sudden they've lost a bunch of home games. So a whole different thing. They lost their last one at Brooklyn. We were on the Nets in that particular game. But the Hawks did win both meetings last year by a combined 41 points. My number on this game was 10.5. So I was kind of in the middle of where they opened, 11.5, where they are now 10. Obviously no bet with those numbers.
Yeah, for me, I like Houston in this one a little bit. I mean, 10 points is a lot of points, even though it went down from 11.5 for a team who's, other than the Cavs, been as hot as anyone covering spreads in the NBA right now. Hawks 0-5 against the spread last 5 home games. And I think that 10 points is a lot for Houston. If Kevin Porter Jr. was in, obviously that line might be a bit lower. I would like Houston a bit more. But, yeah, I lean Houston a little bit on this play, and I have a small play on the Rockets today.
Guys, before I forget, I see one of my guys, Mikey Blue Eyes, out there. He always sends me his winning tickets. If you guys throw me in your story, share it with me. I'll throw it in my story. Put something, give me some love. Let me get some. I still only got 3,100 people. You got idiots out there with 30,000. How's that even possible? Share me. Get me up a little bit. I like Hawks, but I'm not touching it. Okay, we gave the reason on that one. You got Milwaukee Bucks at the Celtics tonight. Earlier in the year, Celtics won in overtime by 1 point at home at Boston. There was no Giannis in that game. Jaylen Brown will be back for the Celtics tonight, and we'll see what happens with that game. My number on this game is like a pick. I'm going to wait and see lineups tonight. Again, just you never trust the Bucks when you're in a back-to-back and they're in a back-to-back. I believe everybody's playing today. They played yesterday afternoon at the Knicks, so there's no reason for everybody in that to play. Just so I want to see the lineups would happen. I don't have a bet now. We got to see what Jaylen Brown looks like. They brought him back the last time, and he just missed the whole 5-game road trip. So we'll wait to see.
Yeah, guys. Celtics kind of own the matchup a little bit. They're 4-0 against the spread, last 4 against the Bucks. Bucks second night of back-to-back. I actually like the over a little bit in this game. It's 6-0 last 6 meetings. It's 6-2 Bucks last 8, and the over is 13-5 Celtics last 18 home games. So a lot of over trends in this game. And honestly, sometimes on the second end of a back-to-back, defense is the thing that takes a lot of effort in the NBA. I mean, people are going to score points, especially a team like the Bucks. So, sometimes the defense is what lacks on the second night of a back-to-back. And Celtics games have been flying over a little bit recently. I wouldn't be surprised if that continues tonight.
Doesn't people are more as fake followers of the time. Most of the time, yeah, I'm sure it is. They just talking about how many followers these guys got. But regardless, 3,100 for the knowledge I fucking throw to you guys. Come on, we got to get more than that. My man Matt Peterson is saying my buddy thinks all Warriors tonight. I'm trusting in the GOAT, John, though. Thanks for the trust, Matt. Again, look, Golden State's only one of the top couple of teams, so he got nothing wrong thinking about that. Just to me, like I said, 3-3 the last 6. Two terrible games from Curry out of those last 6. Pacers have won 3 in a row. I got to take the 4.5. We may lose, guys. We can lose any game at any time just because we might have the edge. Game moves 3.5, 4 points. I gave you 3 love games last week. We won all 3 of them. All moved big points, 4 points. Could lose any of those games. They still got to play the game on the court. What we do is we've got the edge. It's like the Rams game tonight. When we're betting plus 2.5 with a healthy team, we've got the edge. We just don't have the edge anymore. Still a coin flip. I still make the game a coin flip now. So I'm not going to jump off and lose the money and the juice that way. I'll sit with the game. What about Greek Freak points over? Not going into the props. Love the jewels you guys drop. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. And this is what we do. This is because we put research in. Okay? I'm doing my drive up today from New York. My research was done in the morning. Ben's out on California time. He picks up the ball at noon Eastern, and he picks up another 5 hours of study. And this is how we come up with the look. I don't beat the number on games by throwing darts at the ball. Like I said, that just can't happen. You don't see games move against me 4 points. I mean, unless there's an injury. And in the NFL, you're never going to see a game move like that, regardless, unless it's quarterback. But if I'm on the right side and we're betting the side and the game's always moving our way, I must know what the fuck I'm talking about. Philly at Memphis. Here's a game. You got some injuries. And we could get interested in this game. For Philly, they're both off a day. Philly beat Golden State their last game. They're going to come into Memphis. Now, Clark is already out for Memphis. Jackson, Jr., he's questionable. Adams, the center, questionable. Bain, questionable. We might have up to 3 more guys with 1 already out for Memphis who starts as a deep team. And obviously, Ja Morant has been out, and they're actually 7-1 since Morant went out. I took their rating much lower and have just been taking them back up almost to the point where they were with Morant in. But I want to see what happens with the injuries on this game. Philly has lost their last 4 trips into Memphis, though. So I'm waiting to see on that one. I need everybody to be at my make a play. Great place to follow Vegas Killer. I don't know what that means. What do you got, Ben?
I love the under in this game, guys. It's one of my big NBA plays today. The under is 5-1-1, Sixers last 7. It's 4-1 in the Grizzlies last 5. And both these teams, I mean, last season, both games combined under 213. And these teams have been playing, especially without all the injuries for Memphis. No Ja Morant. You add in the big guys. They're going to be a weak-handed team. I think it's going to be another low-scoring game. That line's at 210.5. And I think it's going to go under there tonight. So that's one of my NBA plays that I am on fully. So I like that under.
Okay, just a quick note here. Not changing anything on the Pacer game for me. As I was saying before, Holiday was questionable to come in. He won't play tonight. He is back off the COVID list, but they'll get him some conditioning before he gets back. And the next game is actually another COVID. Guys coming back from COVID. You got Rozier coming back for Hornets. So it's Hornets at Mavs. Hornets are 5-1 against the spread in Dallas. Again, you guys know the story with that. You had Ball, Rozier, Plumlee, McDaniels, had a whole bunch of guys out for the Hornets. P.J. Washington and Richards, they missed the last game of a non-COVID illness, so we had to wait to see what the story was with them. They're going to be back, and it looks like Hornets are going to get Terry Rozier back. Now, this will be his first game back, and I haven't heard a thing about him practicing or anything, so I don't know if he's coming back full 100%. So I'm waiting to see what happens on that game. Now, with that, For the Mavs, Luka missed yesterday. He'll also miss tonight. My lean here, if Charlotte's coming back strong with P.J. Washington, Richards, not a main guy, but another body, and especially Terry Rozier, if I get good word in practice, my lean would be towards Charlotte in this one. Again, we'll wait to see. That's an 8:40 game.
Yeah, I also lean to the Hornets here, guys. Kind of interesting. They had all that COVID issues. They're missing a lot of the key pieces, and they went 5-0 against the spread since they've been having this little COVID situation. 2 of those against Philly, who owns them in the past. So Hornets been playing some good basketball. They're coming off a win against Sacramento, and if they start to get a couple of those guys back against the Mavs team, who just hasn't been playing the best basketball. They're 1-4 against the spread the last 5. I think Hornets going to have a good chance to get a good win tonight.
This game, I'm going to give out, like I said, I try not to give all the games I get, especially totals. But because it moves so much, if you're a VIP customer or if you're a How to Beat the Bookie website member, you get this Washington Nuggets game. I sent out this total first thing this morning at 212.5, and this total now is 215.5 and 216. And I'm going to read you real quick the reasons why we sent this out. The Heat, they must have the Heat on 95 in here. I'm going to melt. I feel worse than Florida. This is killing me. Wow. Excuse me 1 second, guys. And here it goes. The over is 6-1-1 Wizards last 8 overall for an average of 220.3 points per game, and 4-1 in their last 5 road games. The over is 10-1 in the Nuggets' last 11. Denver games averaged 223.9 points per game on their 7-game road trip. The last 3 meetings had an average of 240.6 points a game. And there you go. I laid over 212.5. And like I said, we sent that message out 9:30 maybe this morning. Got it out to the How to Beat the Bookie VIP members and threw it on the website. I did get it up on the website a little before 11. Like I said, these last couple of weeks, Ben's been doing the write-ups while I've been on the road. So being that he's on the West Coast, I got them up first thing in the morning. I can do them. But I'll probably be starting to do the write-ups again tomorrow. But anyway, we get this total in early, over 212.5. I couldn't tell you guys to bet it at this point. I mean, after it moves 3.5, 4 points. But that's what I bet. As far as the game, this game opened 5. It's down to 3.5. And that's because the question marks for Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, and JaMychal Green for Denver. Kuzma, we know, he's out for the Wizards. That was COVID-related. I can't jump on the Wizards again. Once one guy comes down with COVID, you've got to watch out for it to trickle. For you guys that don't know, Bulls have already canceled their next 2 games. That thing just kept exploding one day after another. Now they've got 8 or 10 guys on the COVID list, so they were forced to cancel tomorrow's game and the following game. So like I said, once one guy gets it, same thing just happened we're talking about with Charlotte, Ball and Rozier, then it's Plumlee, then it's McDaniels, and it just keeps growing. So once one guy's got it, you just got to be real careful. Again, close to the tip-off, we'll see who's in, who's out. That's what this game's about, guys. It's injuries. What do you got, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, this game screams over. You look at all the statistics, all the trends, the recent history, the matchup history screams over, so I love that play. Obviously not as good as at 216 as it is at 212.5, but I still like it at 216, honestly. I mean, you look at the numbers, both these teams been averaging over that. The last 8 games here for Denver, or Wizards been averaging 220. Last 7 for the Nuggets, they've been averaging 223. Last 3 matchups been 240. I still think it goes over 216. Obviously not as good as a price, but I think this game's going to be a lot of points.
Yeah, no, I love this over. Like I said, had this pinned first thing in the morning. And again, they played games with the total. The first numbers that came up were like 214, 214.5, which was closer to the right total. And as soon as they came down with it, I'm like, they literally are telling me, here, we're making the line better. You know, it's so silly. So what do I got? Jonathan Jack, 21. And only because my man Matt Peterson's been with me forever. Yes, we did do the football already. You guys got to get to the show on time, 5 o'clock, prompt. We talked about the football game, guys, with the guys that are missing tonight. I mean, I told everybody, don't go out and bet the Rams now. If you haven't bet them, I already bet them. I'm sticking with my bet, not getting off the bet. Again, I love them with 2.5 when I had my full complement of guys. That's when I felt I have an edge. I don't feel I have an edge anymore. Can I still win? Absolutely. 37 NFL players have COVID. Yeah, this shit is spiking up again. Just hope we don't get to see shit like we did last year, especially with the NBA. Makes it rough to take a lead. Like we like to bet in the morning, get ahead of the line. Nobody's going to beat the line like I do, okay? And I don't say that out of nowhere. I mean, this is just proven fact, done it for 40 years. But these COVID things start popping up. Like I said, it started with LeBron. We're jumping on, we're beating the number, and all of a sudden, bang, we're hit with COVID. So just hope that don't start really beating us up. Hope shit don't get canceled. Well, like I said, you already got 2 Bulls games canceled, and we'll see how it goes. I'm surprised Charlotte didn't.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't want this to spread to the other teams and referees, and so actually surprised that they didn't do something with as many guys. And I'm surprised it took the Bulls as long as it did. I know they don't want to miss these games, but they really got to get out in front of this so it don't spread. Go ahead, Ben. Anything with this one? We talked about that, right? You agree the over's the spot. And the last game, guys, is Phoenix Clippers. And this game is playoff revenge from last year. Suns beat them 4-2. Obviously, without Kawhi, he missed the last couple of games of the Jazz, but they beat the Jazz, go to Phoenix. They only came away with 2 wins. Now, not only don't they have Kawhi tonight, but Paul George is also doubtful. Now, again, you guys that have been following me for a long time, you know I'm big with the playoff revenge. I want this number, but I want to see what happens. Is Ayton out for Phoenix? If Ayton's out for Phoenix and I can still get 3, I'm going to have to take that number. Based on your theories, couldn't lay 1,100 UFC. Okay, I don't even know. Oh, my man is talking UFC. Well, I got another Ben. This is my man's son. He's an MMA guy, and he was predicting the underdog over Nunes.
That's a hell of a call.
Yeah. And he did it, like I said, he was telling me about it ahead of time. And I said, look, I'm looking for somebody to do these other sports. Like I love you with the colleges and what you bring to the table. And I want to have somebody with the MMA. Also look for somebody for hockey. I mean, I don't like it. I don't know nothing about hockey, but I know a lot of our followers do. So we're going to try to expand as things go along. So the last game, Ben, Clips in Phoenix, anything that you feel on that one?
Yeah, I lean Clippers, but it's just injury. Yeah, we got to see what's going on with Paul George and DeAndre Ayton. That line could go up a couple points, could go down a couple points. So I wouldn't touch it yet. That game won't be starting until later tonight, guys. If you guys want to hang out with me on stream, we're going to be watching that line tonight, and I know John will be as well. But, yeah, I lean Clippers, and if Paul George is in, then I actually love the Clippers there in that spot.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm going to get settled in here and keep my eyes peeled out for any more injuries. I gave you the 3 plays I had. We're a little hemmed in with the Ram game. I took 2.5. That game's up to 3, and that's obviously because of the COVID. They actually got 4 guys on the COVID. Henderson, I neglected to mention Henderson. He wasn't going to play anyway. He missed last week, and Sonny Michel ran the ball real well, so I wasn't worried about missing Henderson, the running back. But Higbee and Ramsey are big. Again, I don't have an edge, but I could still definitely win the game. I've got Pacers plus 4.5. That's a ratings number. Like I said, Pacers playing good ball. Golden State not playing great right now. Curry had a bad shooting night. Now I know there's 2 schools of thought. Curry's going to respond. I expect Curry to respond. I think the Pacers will stay close. Roberto, you going to keep throwing the Warriors in my face? We will tomorrow, Roberto. One of us will be filling his pockets with money, and the other one will be taking some money out of the pocket. And I got the Wizards Nuggets over, and I'm hoping the guys play for the Nuggets because we don't want to lose Gordon, Barton. That will hurt the total. So we'll see. As I'm talking, just to give you a heads up, the Suns game is going to 2.5 in a few spots. Pinnacle, Jazz, Bet US have all gone to 2.5. So we'll see what happens in that game. I got Nuggets money line. Roberto, hope you win that one and lose the Warriors. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Let's make some money.
Best of luck, guys.